Oh my freaking God. I cannot believe Kyrie Irving said this. I am perplexed at the fact that Kyrie Irving said these words. It actually blows my freaking mind that Kyrie Irving would say this about his team. Literally within 1 game or 2 games of returning. Oh my goodness, guys. Really quickly, if you like my content and you're also an NFL fan, make sure you check out my NFL news channel. It's called Microphone. It's going to be the profile that's the pinned comment in the comment section down below. I'm going to upload daily NFL news videos whenever that hits 10,000 subscribers. We're currently at 2,700 subscribers. Guys, I'm going to read you an excerpt from Kyrie Irving a year ago, and this is when he was on the Boston Celtics. You know, things weren't going so smoothly for the Celtics and Kyrie Irving, and this is what he had to say about their situation at this time last year. He said, experience. It's the best thing I can say is experience. We're lacking experience, and because of that, we have a lot of learning to do. So we have a lot of ground to make up in that aspect. It gets tough. When it gets hard, you've got to think. You've got to do the right things. You can't gamble and think that it's going to be the winning play. You got to be able to play the full 48 minutes no matter what's going on and hold your head up high when you make mistakes and when your job is called upon. You've got to do it to the best of your ability. You've got to come in and make an impact for the minutes that you're playing out there. You've got to appreciate being out there and just competing. It doesn't matter who you're going against. It matters the type of preparation you have, what you're going out and trying to accomplish. What's the big picture? What are we doing here? These are things I don't think some of my teammates have faced of just every single day. It's not easy to be great. So the things you're doing that you've done your entire career of being able to coast by in certain situations and you've gotten away with your youth and stuff like that, being on a championship ball club, you can't get away with that. You see the fans going crazy. You see it gets loud. I know from the majority of the fact that we're better than most teams in this league. It's just going out and proving it every single night and demanding it and actually showing it. So until we do that every single night and realize our depth is a positive and all the wishes and could haves and should have done that, once that goes out the window, then we'll be better. But until then, we're going to keep having these ups and downs and these lulls going against teams on the road, and they just know that they can take advantage of us down the stretch. Or when this group is in and that group is out. It has to be a cohesion. I've got to be better as the leader of the team as doing so and making sure these guys have more experience in certain situations like that, being more communicative. So I put it on me of just being better. That's actually a great excerpt. Honestly, that's a phenomenal thing to say. Honestly, that's pretty much he's pretty much preaching patience at that point, and he's taking on the responsibilities of being a leader. Now, if you go and listen to what he said last night after the Brooklyn Nets lost to the Philadelphia 76ers, which, by the way, as of this video right now, and I've made a video about this in the past, as of this video right now, the Brooklyn Nets are 5-9 when Kyrie Irving is on the floor, and they're 3-13 when he's off of the floor. Now, I want you guys to compare that with what we heard last night. I've never been more upset with what I've heard last night in my entire freaking life, because I go out of my way of defending Kyrie whenever I can. I've said multiple times that I think he's one of the most mesmerizing players to watch. I love his talent, I love his game, and I even think he's well-spoken. But just because you're well-spoken doesn't mean that you could say stupid, absolutely stupid, idiotic things like this to the media. This is by far the most absolutely idiotic thing I've ever heard. I am actually upset because I think he is squandering a great opportunity and ruining the potential of the Brooklyn Nets by making this statement. And I'm going to get to the statement real quick. If you watch a lot of my content, I need to chill a little bit. If you watch a lot of my content, you see it gets recommended to you. You haven't subscribed, take a moment to subscribe. As soon as I hit 500,000 subscribers, I'll go full-time on YouTube. Or as soon as I get 100,000 subscribers to turn on my notifications, I'll go full-time on YouTube. Guys, I'm trying to calm myself down a little bit. Jeez. If you guys in the event something happens to my YouTube channel, I'll upload all my content on Instagram TV. It's at TheFlightMike on Instagram. And also, I started uploading TikTok. So if you want to see my goofy ass, like getting on screen and doing TikTok dances, my TikTok's at TheFlightMike, and so is my Twitter. And my Snapchat, well, is my Snapchat. You guys see it on the screen. Bro, okay, now that I took a deep breath, let me read to you what Kyrie Irving said last night. Let me tell you why it pisses me off so much. I don't think you guys ever heard me get this angry. But like, I get really sick of doing this dance with Kyrie Irving all the time. He comes out and says, and this is after they lost to the Sixers. So he's saying this is why they're losing. He says, it's transparent. It's out there. It's glaring in terms of the pieces that we need in order to be at that next level. Could you, like, the very first sentence, read those words. It's transparent. It's out there. It's glaring. That means it's obvious. But it's not obvious. It's to continue. He says, I'm going to continue to reiterate it. We're going to do the best with the guys that we have in our locker room right now, and we'll worry about all the other stuff in terms of moving pieces and everything else as an organization down the line in the summer. It's just something that we signed up for. We knew that we were coming into at the beginning of this season. Guys were going down left and right. GT is out. DJ just got hurt last night. Wilson's coming back. We've got complimentary young guys as well that have done a great job the last 3 years. Collectively, I feel like we have great pieces, but it's pretty glaring that we need one more piece or two more pieces that will complement myself, KD, DJ, GT, Spence, Kyries, and we'll see how that evolves. So Kyrie Irving pretty much said, okay, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, Garrett Temple, Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, I like you guys. Yo, Jared Allen, go F yourself, bro. We don't want you here. Like, honestly, this is what blows my mind, because the Brooklyn Nets are actually one of the deepest teams I've ever seen in the league. And it just blows my mind that the Brooklyn Nets are 5-9 with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving got a cortisone shot to come back, which I didn't agree with to begin with. I thought it was an absolutely silly idea to potentially risk further injury to yourself for next year and the year after, when your championship window is actually there, when Kevin Durant is actually coming back in order to compete for an 8th seed. But that's a different video. I made a video on that. He's back. He's playing. He got a cortisone shot and he's playing. But he comes back and he literally says, dude, it's obvious we need to get another piece. We are clearly not, we're not going to be able to win a championship with this core, even when KD comes back. That's what, and here's the thing that blows my freaking mind, bro. The Brooklyn Nets are a luxury tax team. The Brooklyn Nets have depth, bro. Like, look at this roster. I'm going to read you their roster real quick. We know they have Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Spencer Dinwiddie, DeAndre Jordan, Karis LeVert. That's who he mentioned. Bro, Jared Allen, Joe Harris, Taurean Prince. I'm sure that Wilson Chandler isn't back. Garrett Temple. They just signed Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. They have Justin Anderson literally warming up the bench. This is by far the deepest team in the East. I know someone's going to kill me in the comment section for saying that. All coached by Kenny Atkinson. Dude, Kyrie, you are so freaking talented, man. You are, like, again, my jaw drops at seeing some of the stuff you do on the basketball court. But for some reason, I feel like Kyrie Irving thinks that this year for the Brooklyn Nets is like the Lakers' first year with LeBron James. For some reason, I think Kyrie Irving is playing with Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, who's that dude, Moritz Wagner, and Alex Caruso. No, Kyrie, you're not. You're playing with probably in my opinion, on paper, I'm going to reiterate this, on paper, the best team that could potentially win a championship in the East if they're at full strength. And what you're doing right now is pissing all over it, bro. Like, you don't know how do you think Joe Harris feels? You have a player that could literally stretch the floor at either the 3 or the 4 position. You have Taurean Prince as well, who is a great 3-and-D defender. And these are players that aren't even getting paid that much, honestly. I don't know what else you would want. in addition to DeAndre Jordan and Kevin Durant and Spencer Dinwiddie, and a young player that is a rim protector in Jarrett Allen. In terms of the center position, I think the Lakers are the deepest at the center position, and then I think the Brooklyn Nets are the deepest at the center position. You're going to think twice before driving it on the Nets. The issue is everyone's injured, and whenever there's frustrating times, you can't go out and say, hey, we need to make a move. This just destroys team chemistry. And I think that's what bothers me so much. Because I feel like if any of these players do return, and if the Nets want to continue with this roster, which initially I believe that was their plan, all these players are going to say, wow, like Kyrie Irving thought of that and thought that of me. Kind of like the Lakers after they failed to trade for Anthony Davis at the deadline last year. You remember how they played when they discovered LeBron didn't want him there? You don't say that, man. Go talk to the general manager. Go talk to Kevin Durant. Say, yo, do you think we need another piece in order to compete? Or do you think we're good with what we have? And I'm sure basic logic would point to the fact that, hey, your best player is currently out this year. And you were out for the majority of this year, Kyrie. And despite all of that, Spencer Dinwiddie led the Brooklyn Nets to a position where they could potentially be a Eastern Conference playoff participant. I think what drives me crazy is these comments were absolutely unnecessary. It's not what a leader would say. A leader would talk to the general manager about this type of stuff in private. And I've never been more disappointed in a basketball player when in my entire life after hearing these comments. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm your boy, TheFlightMike. I'll catch you guys in the next one.